Well, hello, it's Colleen Jones and Kim Kelly here, tandeeming for the women's semifinals. Rebecca Morrison, Tabitha Peterson. I'm excited about this matchup. I love both teams. We watched Rebecca last year. She looked great, and Tabitha Peterson is just every
Fun
time
to
I
watch.
watch her. Yeah, every time I watch her, I go, this is a lot of energy, a lot of big shots.
She seems to like boxing play. She herself is fantastic. I don't know what's going on. She's fixing demeanor, but real good shot maker. She's fun to watch.
Yeah, and Rebecca Morrison is sort of the heir in Scotland for following in the footsteps of Muirhead.
Which are big footsteps to follow.
All of those Scottish footsteps are getting bigger by the day. I've loved the ice watching all the games. The ice looks real fast. It's very clean, like all ice.
It's very arena-like. It does seem really sensitive, and it likes the soft weight shots. The weight selection and weight management.
You better be right.
Really important.
Big difference if you throw half weight and you should be throwing the back line, etc. Or tweener, as you like to invent.
I like tweener. That's between the back line and the half. Heading to the back.
Yeah.
I figure that covers a multitude of things.
A multitude of sins sometimes.
Yes.
So they're doing the draw of the button to decide who gets camera. And the other semifinal also looks interesting because we called the Delaney Strauss game the other day, and she's playing Stirling. And Strauss looked flustered in that game, right? They sort of gave it away, but boy, what a recovery for them to get into this.
Yeah, they obviously learned a few things. Maybe it was their first game of the season too, hard to say. But obviously playing well. But Haw played Christina Black this morning, which is a very steady team, so they must be playing well too. So as usual, if you're getting to the semifinals, the cream rises up for whoever's playing well at the time. So.
Cream always does rise to the top. Singing Ha though with steals of 5 and 6. Oh, let's get into science. Yeah. 5 and 6 to steal her way to the win against Christina Black. Christina's just they are going hard this year after an incredible Scotties run last year. So handshakes to begin was opening, and we don't know yet who has camera. Couldn't tell. Could you tell?
No. They're both wearing blue, which gets confusing.
Okay, we're in trouble already for that.
Yeah. Have a sister. Anyway, we'll get the hammer figured out shortly. Whoever throws first doesn't have hammer. I know how that works.
Yeah. Anyhow, first fields of the season are always a little tricky, just in terms of shaking the rust off of the summer. Even if you had a lot of training ice, really, it's nothing like getting back into your communication skills and watching for the little things, and especially if you have any new player on the team, figuring out how they slot in.
Yes, remembering the details of your systems or establishing new ones, and trying to remember to develop the habit.
Well, funny you mentioned establishing new ones. I think it's so important, and what we've seen in the last couple of years with all the changes in the rules, and bringing in the latest in the no-tick rules, is that you need to keep reinventing the wheel a lot. You need to not rely on what did I do last year or 2 years ago. You need to keep on kind of evolving with your game if you're going to have that cream rise.
Yeah, stay relevant, I suppose. We were talking about strategy in the men's game, and following the Briar last year, everybody seems to be going to that so-called box play, where one team throws tight center. Even if they're top four, the other team throws a corner right away, guard, come around corner, and so on. Because it works so well at the Briar, and Boucher and Dunstone demonstrated it perfectly, how to play it. So the women don't play that as much, but some do.
Yeah, Christina Black does for sure. And I think the other thing that we saw emerge was just this whole conversation about, when to bail. And
oh, Morrison has hammer. Just to note that. Team Morrison. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, nice, Kim. So the first rock coming down.
So it looks like they've tried to throw that short and tight. I think that's what it ended up. So as we were talking about, and it seems in the men's game, I don't know about the first end, perhaps not, but they're throwing a corner here. But first end, sometimes they come around center.
Well, interesting, it doesn't look like that guard wound up biting. Is there room so that if you were to come around this and to rack both on, you're okay?
Well, not with the no tip. Oh,
No,
you
but
think
it's
it's
not-
off?
I-
Yeah. Now that speaking of that, with the no tip roll is interesting. You have to take a little wider ice and be careful not to tip it if it's on the center, because then you just remove the lock.
Beautiful shot. What an opening shot from Sophie Jackson.
And if you're going to make that shot, call that every shot. Sure. Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
She made that look easy. Wow. Sophie Jackson off to a nice start. Nothing like saying, all right, anything
You can do, I can do.
give me a tight guard, I'll go around that.
Yeah.
First end.
Yeah, so I think a freeze being called here.
They're into it early.
I guess they're feeling like semifinal time. They've got a good feel of the ice. Know what it's going to do. Big long 3-round practice.
Tara Peterson, the lead, of course, for her sister Tabitha, coming around with a nice.
Another perfect shot. No
Yeah.
rub. No, works. I mean, she would have liked a little more curl, but does overlap and
Beautiful.
doesn't allow a hit.
Beautiful start to the women's game.
Perfect rock placement.
I would not complain.
No, and in this 5-rock world we live in now, the setup, boy, if you have a lead making shots, it makes life way easier.
The setup is key, and we've watched a lot of curling over this weekend. And when you don't have the setup, you're chasing all game, right? So when the lead's not feeling it, remember Nancy Delahunt was so funny about that. I mean, she was certainly one of the top leads in the game, but when she wasn't feeling draw weight on whatever ice surface you were on,
She'd say, "You want me to put it between the
there and there,
the hog and the top of the house? That's like that. You don't have room for that."
Beautiful. Like,
have
look
no
at
feel.
these
Perfect.
first 4 shots. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's showdown of the leads, and they're showing just their incredible skill.
Yeah, perfect.
And the nice thing, I mean, if you get enough time on the ice and you get enough time to know what split do I need for this, and you just get automatic
backline to
pilot.
hog time.
Automatic
time.
pilot. Just be able to call up your 4.1 kick all the time.
And players practice that too, to
Sure,
have a
you better.
reference, to have that muscle memory reference to the split time, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So we're coming around the other way now. We are definitely fighting amongst ourselves on the 4-foot in the first end, right off the stop.
Yeah.
top. So now that hitting can happen,
Right.
depending on how setup is. Yeah, no, she's choosing to play soft weight,
Bump a
rearrange
few.
the furniture. Someone says
I
that.
love the rearrange the
Yeah.
furniture
Who
time.
says rearrange
I think
the
we
furniture?
said it a lot.
No, but someone
says
a
it.
commentator, like in the big boy world of commentating.
Not
and
what we're
girl,
doing.
They say rearrange the furniture.
I don't know.
Is it
kinda
Russ? Russ
This kind
might
of
say
looks
it.
like she might be throwing some weight, though. We blinked and might have missed a change.
Oh yeah, she did. Sorry, we were chatting. She's changed her mind. Throwing. No, it's still pretty soft. Board.
This is Sophie Sinclair for Rebecca Morrison's
She's
team.
playing a nice soft weight hit and roll, it looks like.
Yeah.
Stay in there. Good. Good shot. Nice weight control. Like she probably had hack, I guess, in the end. And that's what I've noticed progressively watching the games throughout the weekend here is people kind of lessening their weight.
Yeah.
Just to allow sweeping to come in too, because if you throw the softer weight, the carving, the manipulations with the brooms are possible. It just makes a whole lot more room for error, I guess.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you need the Kevin Cooey for second weight, and sometimes you don't, right? It's all about knowing how you throw it, practice it all the time. Don't just bring it out in a championship game. And knowing how your rocks react for all the different speeds and knowing where the broom has to be too. As we watch Rebecca Hamilton, she and her brother Matt have done, so well, not just in both their men's and women's play, but in mixed doubles as well. And I can't stress this enough, that the people who are playing mixed doubles in addition to the 4-person game, while it's hard, boy, does it expand your universe in terms of shot making, in terms of relying on yourself to pick yourself up. Because there's only 2 people.
Too.
You need to be so meticulous in it. I mean, you look at when you see somebody like Jennifer Jones and Brent Lang, at the World Championships and winning the Canadian Championships. I mean, it speaks to, first off, their commitment to the sport. And
nice
secondly,
shot,
they see the value.
Great shot.
Well swept, too.
Yeah, really good shot. Nose. Just a tiny edge to edge, the other one, so it makes it very, impossible for Tabitha's team to get inside it. Can they get the yellow double, do you think?
Well, yeah.
Is it higher?
It's hard with no overhead, but it does look like you've got room to do it. It looks like a doubles
there. And roll to the wing. That'd be pretty. Or she may not be able to stay.
Oh, she's pretty close to something.
Corey is a good shot maker as well. This looks really nice.
Just
so
a little bitter.
Close. Yeah, that was a good throw. And you notice she didn't whip it down there because she wanted her shooter to stay.
Yeah.
Sort of
an inch more ice maybe is all you need.
You don't
always. It's true. You don't always need the big weight for a double. All the angles.
Because where she was hitting 2/3, she wanted to stay on the wing. So you have to throw a little less weight.
She just needed an inch and a half more ice on that. Really.
Yeah. And she didn't miss it by much. So.
Gina Aitken for Rebecca Morrison's team.
I guess here so this gives her to sit too. I was trying to roll back. I don't know if that was the intention.
Wow. I'm going to say it was the intention, and I'm going to say that was beautifully played.
Yes. If that was,
What a roll.
Really nice. So, now...
The shot making in this first end is mind-blowing. We're mind-blown.
Yeah. Yeah, really well done. Well, now Tabitha really has no choice but to clear up the front here for herself.
Yeah, and this is one of these. You got to make a lot of noise on this shot, right? Mm-hmm. And they kind of, it's just basically a hard nose hit. But sometimes.
Yeah, and she is throwing firm. It looks like.
She's close to something. She's going to make a lot of noise on this, Yeah,
great shot.
What a shot.
Great shot. Well done. Wow. Great shot making. And they rearranged themselves beautifully.
That furniture rearrangement was really
nice.
Nice.
That was feng shui.
I'd like to see a replay. I'm just seeing, that's Jen Dodds out there. Sorry that I'm late to the party on that. Where? Right there. Oh, right here. That's Jen.
Is it?
So I don't have the right lineup. Yeah.
Or does she just look like Jen?
Well, I saw Dodds on her last name.
Oh, that's a good clue. She looks like her, and she has her name on the back. Must
important
be
to get
her.
that. I kind of like the thin intern double looks makeable, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, they're going to go for a run.
They are. I guess it opens up shot rock, and Morrison has hammer, so she's thinking, let's do the run instead. You know, worst case scenario, you peel on the wide side. However, she does have the draw to the forefoot open. So just a little under curl there. But it...
So I was trying to get more information on Jen Dodds. And
so Rebecca may, choose to hit this, whereas to Colleen's point, the double is there. So she's taking that away, the 2-point option. And a force is a good result for her.
Yeah, forcing the first end is good. You know, you start thinking about, I mean, I'm really anal about this, but I love even ends. I love playing the scoreboard and trying to control even ends from the get-go.
And where they were all playing around the middle, you know, that can go either way. Steal set up, but then, you know, also can convert into a 3.
I mean, this end has been an end of perfection, really. So many terrific shots. And
yeah, I guess the only half shot was the one we just saw with the run back.
Yeah, suddenly, you know, Morrison's, you know, looking at 3. She also still might be looking at a way to a little double here. You never know when the force is gonna be on her. You could be right back at a blank the way they
could.
If there's one strength that Peterson has is just her hitting is so precise, marvelous.
She's got all the shots. She also draws well. Yeah, she's just a good shot maker, and seems to enjoy throwing hammer, just like you did.
I love throwing hammer.
Me, not so
Except
much.
Except when you weren't throwing it well, then you didn't want it.
Is anybody else? Anyone? Nobody raises the hand. Yeah, that's a tough position when you're not. Talk about the lead not feeling it. It's not good.
I think the thing is that in the game is so precise at every shot that it could be the second stone's mistake that leads you to a disaster's end. Like every shot is uber important. Everybody's got to throw and think like a must make and a skip.
Oh, just rolled a bit too far, I think, to be shot. Good try. Boy, and there you go. Like that, if that stayed on the corner, then Tabitha couldn't hit it. You know, there's your... Yeah. 2 could have set up.
Well, at this rate, it does look like the yellow is out counting the one at the top.
It is. It's second shot, but not first shot. So I think she's just drawing to the middle, isn't she?
I think she's going to try to come around, tuck a piece behind.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of ice based on what we've seen.
Yeah, she kind of pointed to the edge of the button, maybe. I suppose if you put it in a spot where the peel... She doesn't want to leave any doubles, that's for sure. So at least even with the red one behind the yellow. Even or deeper.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so Colleen's right. She's trying to go just tuck a little, even or deeper with her other red one.
They're walking fast.
Uh-oh. You don't want to be through the house here, because that does leave a soft hit for 2, and I believe that's what has happened. Well, just like that, we went from force back to blank potentially, but no, to a 2. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame given how well that end was played. That's
Right.
when you call
One little
you call
mistake.
this a cheap deuce. It's like, ooh, it
Yeah.
hurts a little bit. But only first end and only 2 points. That's what you have to tell yourself.
Yes, you know,
And
really,
they played well.
This is a delicate shot. I don't think
We shouldn't give it to her yet.
Well, not yet, no, because you can't afford to. You can't afford to undercurl this. You need to really. She might.
No, but I gotta think she's gonna throw a nice 10.5, hog to hog, hit it on the nose.
You try to time it for you, Kim.
Yeah, see if we can get a time.
No,
All right.
I'm late on the party.
Okay, go.
I stayed. Okay. I'm late on.
I think it's a 10.5.
You think they're all 10.5?
They do look like they're throwing them relatively soft. That's lovely.
Beautiful looking
Great shot. It was a fussy shot though, because she couldn't roll.
Fussy.
She couldn't roll.
Couldn't be wide,
she
couldn't
could
be
roll
anything.
in, but she couldn't roll anywhere, not far outward. So 2-0 for Morrison. Hammer paid off on that very well played end.
That was a beautifully curled end, and amazing that a deuce emerged just on one mistake from Tabitha just being hair heavy. It's but a beautiful deuce, and just a beautiful. The entire end was just magnificent shot making. So, but the early 2-0 lead goes for Rebecca Morrison.
And again, I find Tabitha Peterson's Team Peterson they're good at generating points.
Yeah, they're not afraid of being down 2-0
yeah.
early. I mean, if you're going to get down to, there's 7 ends of curling left.
2 into 5 rock rule is not much. Yeah, even 3, I think you can get it back.
3, I hate
but it
3.
hurts a little bit. Yeah,
I think
it hurts a little bit.
I think one of the things that we're seeing, just looking at some of the line scores with when you get down 3, people really panic and go real hard. And
you do have to be careful to just go. You
can't
get
give
our
up a
2
steal.
back.
Right.
Yeah. But don't sell the farm.
Yeah.
Because then you're right though. It's hard not to.
Yeah.
Very tempting.
So end number 2 of this Ducells Oakville Tankard, and it's 2-0 for Morrison over Peterson after a perfectly played first end, almost. A little mistake from Tabitha.
Mm-hmm. It almost seems harsh.
And so now you see right away that the top 4 strategy in play.
And I would think they're going corner right off the hop, but we'll see. They may do a delayed corner.
I am still a fan of the delayed corner.
And it looks like they are doing a delayed corner. So probably because of the positioning of that rock, it's right on center line. Top 4, it's blocking, to Colleen's point about scoring, it's blocking the button, your bail spot to draw to. So
if it were behind the tee line, of course you're going to go
behind the tee or
corner.
out of the 4-foot, not off center even.
Right.
You might, and it's only second end, so you do not want to call yourself into a place of having no shot. But I suspect you'll see a corner go up next shot, regardless of where this rock goes, unless it goes back to the 4-foot, I suppose.
Well, you can always score a deuce with a. It doesn't take a lot when you do go with a delayed corner. It can happen on the thirds rocks. Mm-hmm. It can happen on the skips. For look at how that deuce just emerged.
Yeah. Although that one, relying on the skipper throwing the rock through, but
multiple points are always generated by a mistake somewhere.
That's true.
As a rule.
Except in 5 rock, 2 points can certainly be had with no misses. Just makes it an interesting thing.
So they are calling the corner though, and I love this. Like this is a nice situation.
Be short.
You have to be short.
I think we might be. It seems to be running a little better than perhaps they.
Well, maybe it's a little quicker. Tara Peterson slides in.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think.
But there's an example of you hit that first one in the 4-foot. They roll over to the other side. You can just freely play that corner. It's like a no threat end. Now I'd be busy thinking abort the end already. Just try for your deuce in the next end.
Well,
I-
certainly the way it's set up, if she stays over on this wing,
Looks like it'd be.
it's real tough. You know, you could argue it's early.
Yeah.
Someone might roll out, but agreed. She probably wanted to kind of stay over there, but that's still a good shot.
Yeah, I like the hit and roll
It does
there.
leave a hit and roll. Like if she hit and just rolled a little to the wing, it would have been better. But still, well done. I would take it.
Yeah, but I like what I see from Peterson in the display of patience as we. Yeah,
She is being patient.
Becky Hamilton try the hit and roll over.
I think they're working hard to keep it straight.
Yeah, just not much of a roll, but
just curled a bit too much. But it's higher in the house, and if she doesn't roll that way, she'll leave a double this time. Or you could even play the wide one, try to roll under, get out of it that way. It seems like an easy task. I mean, if
look how beautifully Jen Dodds throws. No wonder why she's like an Olympic champion
and a
world mixed doubles champion.
Yeah. She's got some.
She's got some game, doesn't she? I hear
game.
She's a good curler.
Yeah, I think she's pretty good. Definitely seen some stuff. Well, that looks maybe a tricky one. Is it a little higher or is it a juicy?
It looks reasonably juicy.
Burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes though, if one's a little higher, it's tricky when they're close like that. So this could be their out right here. And we'll see if they choose to just go blank, try to blank this end and try next end.
As soon as your setup's not good, I mean, I bail far too earlier than a normal human being. But
hard. Oh, okay. Just curled up a little bit too much. That was a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah, it's hard to see the angles.
Yeah, it was a little higher, so skinnier than we thought.
But as soon as you don't get the setup from the lead rocks, you kind of have to really start weighing. When do I
risk benefit
abort the end, and when do I risk benefit? That's a better term now.
Risk benefit. Okay, so now we're back to Morrison having the upper hand, allowing this huge split of the house. She certainly try to be at least tee, if not back tee, to make them even. Then there's no chance of doing much of anything to get rid of both of them. So easier said than done. I always found it tricky when and sometimes it's really essential you get back tee or even.
Yeah.
But you're like, okay, I'll try to throw tee and give it to my sweepers or, top 8. So you try to put it there, it creeps on through.
Yeah. So where you already see for Tabitha now, she's thinking where she was sort of, okay, let me just start ripping. Now she was kind of pointed to a freeze over there or come around this one.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we're dipping in many pools, which I think in this new world is you kind of have to be flexible about when you dip in and out.
Change your strategy. That was a Jerry Peckham term.
We used to
He would tell us, do
commit.
not dip in 2 pools.
But now sometimes you do have to dip. But she is going back to her original thing, trying to get a little hit and roll here, still find a way to blank this end.
Yeah, by that rock staying high, it gave Tabitha Peterson options. If it was back even, she would have backed to just bailing and trying to get rid of the 2. But
and that's a nice shot from Corey.
Very nice shot.
Clusters them together.
Very, very nice shot. Yeah, back to the exact rock placement. Boy, it makes a difference if you can be very diligent and thoughtful with your rock placement.
Well, it matters, boy. And both of these teams, Peterson and Morrison, the sweepers are so strong and smart and on it. And we don't hear any mics or anything, but we know that the discussion that they are having all the time is
pro side. Right. What do we want to do?
They're
this
thinking.
Needs to be back. Yeah, all of those things. All of the top teams do those little details very well.
And there we go. The patience for Peterson pays off as now she can see her way to the blank end a little clearer. That just...
Yeah, they just, patiently plotted their way out of that with a little help from Team Morrison, who really made most of their shots, except for that one being high. So this is where you really want to make this hit.
You want to make the hit, but you don't care if you stay. You don't stay.
You just need to make noise.
I love this. Free throw it.
Yeah.
Wherever it winds up.
Make it go away, as they say.
Roll out, don't roll out.
Do it at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I think we're on our way to a blank end.
Well, she showed her hand early in this end that she didn't like the setup. She was going to look for a blank, and she almost Tabitha, that moment where she thought, oh, I could freeze here, I could come around this high one in the 12-foot was her only moment. But I think, yeah, of course you're going to ponder that as a skip. Maybe I should do this. Maybe this will work. But you turn around, you look at the score, you look at your early in the game, you can have a better setup in another end. Yeah.
And Colleen was the queen of patience. Queen of patience. To some of our viewers would be like, what?
Yeah. You have to recognize when you're controlling the game and when you do need to put your foot on the gas and when you don't need to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody has their different sensibilities there, don't they?
Oh, I think the trends are becoming a little clearer now, and that's the nice thing about just looking at analytics and saying what works, what doesn't in different scenarios. As the math factor in curling has really tripled up.
Yeah, and I think it's really helpful, as you said before, stats don't lie. So it's to just have objective feedback, and then you can make decisions around that.
And then the more reps you get in all of it, and certainly these are two teams that have played a lot of curling, and they've got their reps in, and so they kind of know the playbook.
And what I really love to see is the hitting and sticking. I mean, it's
so
can't
simple.
Be said enough, but
do it.
Rollouts
are bad.
So costly. Yeah. It seems like an easy shot to hit and stick, but it's so important. I mean, in this case, maybe not, but in many cases, just a simple hit and stick will get you a long way.
Well,
or out of trouble.
And I would say Tabitha really wanted to make sure she sticks so that Morrison has to, first off, make it. But if Morrison just had a free draw, that's one more opportunity for her to
get feel
and draw weight.
Yeah.
And also, she doesn't. She could put it wherever she wanted, as opposed to edge of house where it's easier to blank, and you don't have to worry about it. It's all easy to blank. But
I don't know. Blanks aren't always that easy. They should be.
Well,
easy.
Blank should be another gimme in your.
It should be, but sometimes
you need all the shots.
Not.
Yeah, you need all the shots in your toolbox, but there's some shots,
But I think blanks need to be practiced. I don't know how often blanks get practiced.
So true.
But they need to be practiced, especially when you're tight and nervous and it's a big game at the end.
Yeah.
All right, so here is the blank. So she would really, again, a nose hit here is not what she wants, because she wants to carry hammer to the next end, of course. And it looks like she's been very successful with her blank. So we'll take hammer to N3 and go for it again. We'll see if she does the delayed corner next time.
And we'll see if...
Or puts a corner up right away.
Well, there's the other thing. It also for...
It's an odd end, so if she's a even end lover,
Yeah.
maybe
Well,
she'll be more cautious.
That's right. Will Rebecca say, here we are in the third end. We want to force her here, so maybe the better strategy
We'll go
now
short.
for Rebecca will be to go
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
Which I think is a solid move too. But I liked, again, those were we've had two really well played ends. That one was simple, but when you're playing simple, you can't make a mistake either. You've got to make sure you get your blank rather than
your nose hits and your blanks. Yeah. And although they look like simple standard shots, as we've discussed, you have to keep your focus.
Yeah. Curling's a long game too, but when you speak of focus, like making sure you're fully committed for the time you're on the ice, and you get a little bit of slack time maybe sometimes when when the other team is throwing, but you still have to pay attention to what they're doing.
Well, and to that point, Tabitha Peterson's team played at 10:30 last night, if not 11. I know they may even been a little bit later than that. And then had to play at 8:30 this morning.
Yeah.
So she's coming in.
Yeah, and she beat Danielle Inglis in that.
Who was undefeated.
Yeah, and Haley Armstrong as well. Danielle's had a great season too so far.
Yes, winning the first spiel in St. Félicien.
Oh, you beat that. You played them in the final.
We played them in the final. I spared for Christina Black, and we played them twice, and they beat us twice. So I guess they were allowed to win. Fair enough. Yeah, so they've so far there.
What did you like about that team?
You know what stood out to me is Danielle always keeps that 4-foot draw shot open, and kind of
she makes it,
and then she makes it. And she likes that shot, or appears to, because she does it well, and kind of seems to tailor her strategy around that. So that's what stood out the most.
Look at the whoops-a-daisy there. That's definitely a mistake from Tara to throw Gord in, of course. But I mean, this was such a nice setup that Morrison's Sophie Jackson's first rock slipped behind the tee line. Like that's like you're rubbing your hands with glee over this.
And that's 2 ends in a row that's happened.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where you have to
set
take
up,
the lead out
set
back
up and
maybe punishment. No, just kidding. But it's like, come on, we need that corner.
Yeah, and you really missed that shot. You got a lot of room for error in making that corner. You don't want a high corner, but you.
But shorts pro, like you take high versus in, right? Maybe you don't want a 3, but anywhere out there. Back to that, that line.
But listen, there was that was a costly rollout from Sophie.
It was. They really could have put their.
So these tiny little. We haven't seen a lot of mistakes from these two teams, to be fair, but those 2 mistakes from the leads.
Those are keeping your focus. Like I would say, those are maybe tired. Forgot to pay attention to my.
Oh, I curled at 10:30 last night.
Yeah, like it could be because. Yeah. I'm sure she knows how to put up a corner because she did this time. Although it's just really glidey.
It does look glidey. It might be faster.
Yeah. So Sportera's got she got a slow kick going.
Not too slow.
Not too slow. Yeah. So they'll go center guard now. And then we'll see where that's back, whether Tabitha chooses to go around this center guard or use her corner. That's the other interesting one. Is that rock?
Yeah, what's an either-or situation with that rock deep? I think you'd be tempted to.
And she may be putting this full 12 on purpose. I don't know, because that is where it's going. Yeah, she seems to.
Yeah, well, you definitely wouldn't want because if you tight guard on that, because where the first rock is situated behind the tee line.
But she goes in. I can't imagine she wanted. I think she just wanted it tight. But didn't want it high, because now they leave the hit and roll. You didn't want to be close. So yeah, we've got a few little. It seems like the ice is gliding a little more than perhaps it
Yeah.
has been. That could be too, because everyone's just a little heavy. This looks like it's got a good chance.
Depends on the weight.
Weight, yeah. Oh, it's good.
Gorgeous.
Nice shot. Great weight control.
Gorgeous. She's
And
a real,
management.
she's a real artist sometimes with her
Yes,
shots.
I'm going to say she is an artist.
Yeah, and you know,
Yeah.
as we try to kind of gear everybody to throw the exact same way, when you see the artist, you see the purpose.
And there are artists. Look
And-
at Ed Werner. He was an artist.
Look at all the talk about like let's have a common delivery or what should the right delivery look like.
And all the same release and all. I mean, I guess
Right.
ideally that's nice, but
some of it, but then you look at all of the quirky throwers that are superstars in Canada. Like,
I know.
would they ever teach Kevin Cooey's beautiful delivery as a here's the
or
standard.
Shannon Burchard's
Shannon
a great
Burchard.
example. She is a fantastic
And she makes
shot
everything.
maker.
I'd throw like her if I could.
But that's a lot of
But
moving
nobody's got-
parts, and it's hard.
Yeah.
But she's got it.
She's got it.
perfected. Well, you're not going to change that. You're not messing with her.
Yeah.
But
There's there's classics like Jennifer Jones, Glenn Howard, and Brad Goucher, but those are amazing. But I think the trend of what we saw from Bruce Mowatt's team, where everybody kind of similar throws, similar rotations, which I think is hugely important. I think if you're not,
it's worked fantastic for them.
if you're not rotating that 4 or 5 times,
Well,
remember when Kelly Scott, people kind of went, look at that helicopter.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
she was ahead of the curve, it
yeah,
turns out.
she was. Yes.
So this is a come around attempt.
Oh, sugar. Yeah, just a little light. So they took my advice on the light kick, but that as Colleen said, just a little too light. So far it looks like finding the new. I'm going to say it's the new draw weight, new feel. It seems like for this game seems to be stumping people.
I
I'll
always
get it
had
figured
a
out.
thing where I wanted to see what the ice gives you. Ice is a changing, moving thing from game to game to game, and we would run into it not just at the curling clubs, but in big arenas, depending on the weather, depending on the fans, depending on
The scraper they use, so
Oh.
you have the high center like in Europe.
Right.
Yeah, it was all different.
Yeah, so I always wanted to see what's the weather, what's the ice, how is it changing, what's it giving it to us today, and it changes, and you think it's going to be close every single time to what you saw in the previous game, but ice always had a way of surprising me. So respect the ice. Beautiful shot.
Really nice. Okay, that draw weight, that's a fantastic one. Yeah, they got that one
Gorgeous.
figured out.
I'd be blasting.
Yeah, so the good news is Tabitha still has the 4-foot open. Ooh. So this is where I find she's interesting. She'll choose to go with that freeze sometimes versus clearing it
Yeah,
up. She's another one that seems comfortable as long as she has a piece of the 4
well, that's
always
true.
to save the
And she
day.
does. She does. You're right.
She will, But in this case,
I
I
love
like
this.
this call.
Yeah. Like Kenny Rogers said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
And if she plays that freeze, conceivably she may not have that 4-foot opening.
Right.
So that's when you go, okay, that's a little too close to there.
Right, because then the other team gets to throw.
Right,
They
and
might
then it's
complicate.
congested up.
Suddenly you got 6 walks in there.
So I really like this call here.
Well, I
and
think it's
she
part of her
can-
DNA. I think this.
Oh, Corey, good one. Corey made a really nice raise double on the first hand. Yeah, so that's another good one. That's good. I don't know if she could have got all 3, but
I don't like the scenario. I don't like that
Staggered.
staggered, and
It's
I don't like
staggered.
that now advantage to.
But she did get rid of 2 yards. She's
yeah.
improved it. She has improved it.
For
4
this
foot
second.
still open.
For this second, it's improved. The other team gets to throw,
They do.
and they can make a nice
They do. Now that stagger is unfortunate.
little bit of a
Where that ended up.
yeah. And I think that's the only thing I don't like about that
Yeah.
outcome was the stagger.
Yeah, and it is getting close to recovering it.
They are not laying a broom on it right now. Now Jen Dodds is doing it. This is a real good sweeping team.
Yes, yeah, they really manage the rocks well, don't they?
They do.
Good at
That's
judging weight.
gorgeous.
Okay,
That's a 4
okay,
5.
now
That's a 5 out of
back
6.
to Tabitha's
I'm scoring her an
4
8.
foot being open. It's getting very, very close.
Right. And no great angles on that front run. You just gotta.
So that was something maybe they needed to think about. Where are we going to leave those front rocks? And maybe they did, like Colleen said, we can't hear them.
Right.
But that point of having that forefoot open for her last shot was compromised by where those landed. So, but they still have time. I don't know if she can hit it thin enough to come across the top to make noise at the back. But a double peel would help.
Yeah.
She might be able to clip the back yellow.
No, I don't think so. But I think just focus on this.
You could hit, though,
thin.
The 3/4 of the front. Looks like what they're doing.
That's where I wanted to hit it thin.
They're going
and then
thin
see.
and over
I
the
love
top.
that.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Good. That
atta
helped.
girl.
Great shot.
2 really nice shots. She's good at the big weight shots. Again,
and
all of them.
Really, for all of them to know that angle, to catch her
that
thin.
it will come right back. No, that was vital. Again, her forefoot's open again, so that's a lovely shot. Yes, this is a fun game. It's always fun when people make shots, but also sprinkle in a few misses because it just makes it a little more interesting. So good job, girls.
Yeah.
Sometimes those men, they make every shot and you're like, okay, well, I already know what's going to happen. We could just write the score down, but it's still impressive.
It's true. Yeah, the sweeping's just been so phenomenal to seemingly make everything single
work.
shot.
Yeah, what they just have that weight control down, and then the sweepers fix up anything. The women's sweepers are very good as well, but I mean, of course,
it's
body
weight's
same
hard,
body mass.
But when it's all relative, when you're playing against another women's team, and the strong sweepers really shine.
Yeah, look at Rachel Holman's team. Always has strong sweeping contingent.
And this is a real strong sweeping team.
Yes, they really are. Back to Jen and doing it all. She's a good sweeper.
Yeah.
And a good thrower. She's just playing good.
Yeah. Nice shot. Maybe a little deep.
Boy, it really is carrying, isn't it? I mean, we're watching it on a screen from far away, but they seem to be really carrying today. Ooh, she's looking at a triple.
Well, it does look like it could be lined up.
She's good at those, isn't she? It does, doesn't it?
Back one might jam, but you want to get as much.
She might be lucky, get it over the top a little bit. Worth a try.
Well, she's her only shot.
Yeah, and it's good to clear this off her.
Right.
Her real estate in the middle. She could even stay. It's very difficult to tell the angles because we don't have the depth, but it looks
from
possible.
here. It all looks easy.
Yeah, it looks possible. Do it. We want to see it.
I think what they're discussing, if we just get the double and hit and roll, that might
be
bring
smart.
the blank to get back into play.
Or you never know, a jam could happen. Or a blank.
True.
Yeah, either one. But both good for them. I like the hit and roll, especially if the triple is... Triples are always tricky. But, if it's not a real obvious one.
Yeah, and I think just the double and flop might bring the jam into play and bring the blank back into play.
Yeah, so just focus on the hit and roll, and you might get lucky to move them all around. I mean, she may not be throwing the weight to do it, but I think the house is pretty lively, judging by how
it has looked lively,
glidey it is.
Nice job on the ice at the Oakville Curling Club.
It is beautiful. It's so nice. I wonder if it's probably always like that.
I played there several times because I lived in Burlington for the year, so we'd go and practice there sometimes, and I loved the ice. And it was a really lively club too back then. Like they had nice events at night, like
Oh, so a very
steak
socially
dinner night.
active
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
nice.
clubs have got to, and funny, COVID kind of ruined that for a lot of clubs, and returning to the atmosphere of
It's You have to
this is
work
your-
hard, don't you, to have
the,
stuff happening.
yeah,
Bring people in.
the second home.
Okay, she looks like she's throwing pretty firm. This one's curling early, but she might get the back one. Yeah. Not quite out, but that's okay. She opens up her 4-foot.
She opens up the 4-foot, but she takes away the blank opportunity. Like
yes,
she
would have liked to have
yeah.
gotten rid of 2 for sure.
But now the force is on. Everybody's sweeping the path. I love this. Again, here's where
details.
I would get lazy.
Details. They clearly have processes that they follow and practice.
Is processes a word? Is that processes? But
processes, not prophecies.
No, but again, you look at this, world-class
systems.
Team,
how about systems?
And they don't drop a detail in the system.
No,
they know this is what you do.
They consistently follow their system, their game plan, whatever you want to call it.
And I think the nice thing about when you start having this routine of I always sweep the rock, I always watch, I always know what time it is. It keeps you present. Exactly.
That's the best side effect of that.
Yeah.
Keeps that crazy mind from going places it shouldn't.
Yeah. So draw to sit 3.
And so you see where her broom is. I like this too, where they put,
show them exactly where you want it.
This is where I want it, right here.
And that's where it wound up, right there.
Yeah, they really do all of their...
Now she's got the choice. Do I draw or do I nose hit double?
And now, even though I said her 4-foot's open and she loves to just draw to the 4-foot.
Oh, suddenly that 4-foot looks small.
Easy for me to say.
Yeah, suddenly.
But I mean, technically that shot is there, but yeah. Made more difficult by the fact that it's against 3.
And as soon as somebody hesitates like this, you kind of go.
I love it when skips just go.
I'm drawing.
Put the broom down, leave. They're like, no, and you go, oh, good, she likes it.
Yeah. I thought there was a little bit of hesitancy.
She thought maybe I can double.
That double looks easy too. That nose hit double.
And it's not wrong. It's whatever your forte is. If
what's your strength? Know what it is.
Yeah. If you really think I can nose hit that and make that double in my sleep, then do it.
Yeah. But she does hit like the wind.
But she does do this shot also. Hopefully I didn't jinx her. But
well, it's a big shot facing 3 here in the third and down to nothing.
And really easily, like those 2 are probably in a similar spot. Like she doesn't beat one, she may not beat the other. So
sweepers like it.
You're sweeping hard. Should be able to carry. Yeah, I think they go. Oh, they even let up a little bit, didn't they?
Nice shot.
Oh, good team shot.
Swept. Well swept.
Team shot. Really well swept. They judged that one.
She made the right choice there.
And where things were gliding before, she gave it to her sweepers.
Yeah.
So smart.
And so it's 2-1 for Morrison, but Morrison would love this idea that I'm in the driver's seat now. I'm up one with hammer.
Yes.
Even end coming up.
I suspect she'll go in this time instead of tight, but you never know. Some teams up 1 will go tight still, tight center.
Well, I think Peterson wants to steal, so she'll be going out front.
Oh, sorry,
right? I know we got a boo-boo.
Sorry, wrong. You got to keep up with who's got hammer. Yeah, so although Team Peterson may have liked an opportunity for 2 there, that end never looked like it was going to be 1, so they'd be very happy with that 1 point, obviously. It's a really good shot when you're drawing against 3. So I suspect they will definitely be short with this one. Just a tight center would be great. And Tara's when she was trying to make her corner guards was having trouble slipping in. So she seems to have adjusted that just great because she gave this one to the sweepers. And they're trying to get it to that center line as a perfect shot.
So fourth end. Rebecca Morrison from Scotland leading.
And she has hammer.
U.S. Tabitha Peterson. Yeah, we have to go over. This is our checking time.
Yeah, what's happening?
She's in the driver's seat, but it's only the fourth end. But with hammer here.
With hammer up one, and if they keep, playing like they are.
Well, it's been an impressive display of shot making throughout this game.
This one's going to go just a little deep, which, again, advantage back to Team Peterson.
And when it's going deep like that, I like to take it nice and deep. Like get it back 8 foot so that you're not starting the...
So you don't end up fighting amongst yourself on
in
the
4 foot.
Yeah. There's no room. Yeah, and so the sweepers there could have said,
Deep.
oh, it's back, tee, and then start sweeping it. Pick it up just a little sooner to carry.
But when you're that...
Which they might have.
And when you're that close, too,
they might have...
almost perfect.
They look like they're thinking it's going to stop a little sooner, and then it carries another foot or two, it seems. Oh, this one's got legs. If she gets a finish...
Well, they're working on the carve now.
Yeah.
We could just tick it a little bit.
Yeah, it's just got...
Ooh, that was backline weight.
Yeah, Tara's just got a little...
Energy.
Yeah.
And in fairness,
Or
this
her
team
fatigue.
team played at 10:30 last night to get in this, and
sometimes your brain won't work. It won't tell your legs what to do when it's tired.
Well, when it's this kind of fine motor skills too,
Yes.
you really need sleep and energy.
Yeah, and as much as she focused so much on that short shot, they had to sweep it all away. She's like, I need to give it a little, and there you have it. So advantage back to Morrison. If she can put this one full 8, half tuck Christmas tree, half. Don't think it's going to curl that much. This one's running like it's a little heavy too. Boy, oh boy, slippery. Okay, that's probably deeper than they wanted.
But still.
But it is on the tee line.
I also like the position of that rock, that when you're one up like this, do you need to bury that rock perfectly? Can you show a little bit, making the other team throw a little bit of weight?
Half open's lovely.
Yeah.
Half open and move it 2 rocks up, and you really go.
Right.
So, not bad. So we'll see what Rebecca can do with this one. It would be really nice, obviously, to just get to the nose of it. She doesn't need to tap it yet, but a little tap might be nice.
She's got a little extra weight. Although
It's coming. It's coming. It looks pretty good.
Actually, her weight was pretty perfect.
That's a really nice shot. Well done. Really good.
More from the artist.
Yeah. She's had some really nice soft shots, field shots.
So quickly, she doesn't even hesitate at this.
Oh, this is not working out.
Well, she's got, she has hammer, so she first opportunity, up 1, first opportunity to
get rid of anything
logical.
Out there. Yeah. And so, therefore, it's a good shot, good choice when the opposition puts it right back.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll see. She'd like this just, right on the center line.
Yeah, 3 feet out in front or so.
It is stubborn to curl there at the end. It's
well, the finish comes.
It is finishing, yeah. Yeah, just in the last few feet. Perfect. Probably could have stayed on that other side. If anything, you wanted to show the other side, not that one. But she's not going to take the chance right now to pick that anyway. So I don't think there's room for one. So I believe this is just a straight up peel, isn't it?
Yeah, Jen Dodd's peeling it out. And
So-
we'd be guessing to think it looks like
Yellow.
yellow. Yeah.
It is a guess, though. It's really hard to tell because it's not an obvious
Circle. It's not an all.
The forefoot might be white. Yeah,
like
it's just a line with white. Yeah, so it's tricky. So they're just going to do this for a while, I would say.
Yeah.
Center peel, center peel. As long as they're being made.
But it's a case of that each shot has to be so particular. Like you can't afford to overcurl this. And
well, and Corey's been throwing hits, doubles. So this might, I don't know if she's thrown a draw yet. So, yeah. The guard weight, even though your teammates would tell you it's fast,
right.
It's just hard to believe that slow kick sometimes.
Has it hung because of the extra weight?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, I don't know that she's played a draw. She might have, but she's been playing hits the last few.
So double opportunity, and these are not easy. You got to hit this exactly.
No, because
you
could get this and go jam.
It looks like it just simple nose, simple nose.
But you hang just a little bit, and it's
we've all been there
disaster.
and said yes.
Disaster. Or you don't want to be wide, so you throw it so
No.
tight it ticks it.
Oh.
Clips the back. Oh, yeah. But these girls are professionals. So yeah, she's just going for full on nose high side work, or low side, I guess. Works great. I don't know how much clearance she has between that second red and the back yellow.
Right.
She may make.
I think it's a solid foot she's got.
Yeah.
She says, I think. I'm so confident at the end, but
it does look like some.
Looks like she's
doesn't
got
it?
some
Like
room.
front to back, even front four to back four. But we're just making it up.
We're not making it up.
Well, we're
no. Right, no. Educated
guess. Sorry, we're not. Yeah. We can see it.
Not a lot of bloom on that.
Oh, she did throw it tight. Now
No,
that
I don't know. She didn't have much ice.
I think
Nice. Well done.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
I thought she cheated it a bit, but it's the right thing to do.
Well, it looked like a real nice throw to me.
Okay, I'll say that too.
Okay.
Because I really didn't see her from head on. It just, she was smart about it. She made sure she was not on the full side.
She basically threw it perfectly.
Yeah.
Sitting 3 now for Morrison.
Okay, so this would be a must make for Corey.
Whoa.
If she makes a freeze here, you're out of trouble.
You don't, you're in big trouble.
You can't roll off. I mean, you're better off being full 8 than back and rolling off, but you really do have to get frozen to that rock.
Yikes.
To negate
then you got
a multiple end.
Right, and then you still have to worry about the run on the
This is where the third practice is being the skipper for just one shot for these must makes. It's like, oh no, is it light? So that's just the thing where Corey's been hitting so much. She had 2 crucial draws there, and it made it difficult.
This very well played game could get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah, and
you start sniffing a 4 all of a sudden.
There's the thing, like all of a sudden Corey's got to make this perfect T-line draw.
And this is easy to say in hindsight because she didn't make the shot, but I love the hit there. That looked like a super easy double or a good possibility of a triple.
Well, and you know what? It's not wrong, but it is an opportunity for Corey to get her team out of trouble.
Yeah, and it's also an opportunity to talk about it.
It's just that where she hasn't been throwing draws, you might want to go, how do you feel about this? Like, would you rather
And then don't give the skip a false answer. Just going, I'm not feeling draw.
Yeah,
right,
like
or-
if you're in the hack going, I know this shot's good. I
Yeah.
have no idea what
just
to throw for draw.
you got to always throw the shot you love. You know,
Yeah.
there's always options, but throw the one you love. Throw the one you know you're going to make.
And it's and again, that's another one of those processing whatever system things, you know, where some teams will be okay. Ask the thrower if you see them pausing on a shot like that. Do you like it?
Yeah. What do you
Are
like?
you know, if they get in and look confident, certainly don't say a word.
And
but
Brad Gushue is so good at that.
do you like
what
it?
do you like?
What do you like?
Yeah.
Because
you're not throwing it. The skip's not throwing it.
Yeah.
You have to know that your thrower really loves the shot, and it's not just false bravado that you love it. You're not saying you like it because you know.
And and especially given the situation where you're down one already, multiple points of 3 are not good. You know, big repercussions of not making that shot. So,
but Rebecca Morrison's team really took their time with this decision, didn't they, about what to do?
They did.
And it's a huge shot.
Yeah, because the quick go-to would be maybe just hit the front and roll in, but they're like, I'm going to put my foot on your throat and draw a fourth one in here, half tucked, and then what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, this is a real pressure shot. It's got to slow down.
Yeah, because if she goes deep, it makes a huge pocket for a good shot.
That's pretty perfect.
That is a very
That's
good
a
shot.
nice Christmas tree example of those 3 rocks in the 4-foot.
Yeah. And now...
And a star on top with the red rock guarding it.
Now there's trouble. How quickly that happened. This is where, easy for us again watching from afar, but this is where you could go back, you know, press rewind. And again, back to Corey's shot. You haven't thrown a draw, and make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah. And we used to have a rule for our team where don't come off the ice and say, oh, I was thinking we should have played that shot. If you're thinking it, somebody better say it out loud. Like that was a hardcore rule. You say it on the ice.
That and I told you so's. Like that, yeah.
We don't want the I told you so's.
Anything that you didn't say it at the time, forever hold your peace.
Right.
I really like that rule because all it did was cause angst, you know.
Right.
And it wasn't productive.
If you're thinking of a second shot for a team, say it. Get together at the. We'd have our 3/4 ice little discussion about the option. Make sure we all loved it and commit.
Yeah.
So I like this call for now. I liked it on the first shot too.
Oh, almost really good.
Would have been nice to stay.
Just needed to curl up just a little more. So she opened up her.
Oh, this is a careful placement for this shot for Rebecca Morrison. I don't know that you need to be, and you know, if you score a deuce here, you're gold in this game. You're already sniffing like a.
So what if you just?
I don't.
Full 12 right in front
of it?
That's what
I like. I don't think I like. I want that number 3 rock that's half in the 8-foot.
You could
fighting. I want that to still be.
You could go even, like full 8 works too.
Well, I don't want that. I think that creates a double for Rebecca. So suddenly you're smelling a 4-ender here.
You mean for Tabitha? Yeah.
Tabitha, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of like, even with the rock she has there, right in front of that one.
Yeah, I think that creates the double though for well, we'll see.
It does create the double on the front too.
Yeah, I'd still be like trying to keep a 4 in play if I were in Morrison's shoes. So
you like a little shorter?
12 foot. I like full 12. And you're still going to have a double. They're still going to have a double, but it won't be the gimme double if you.
You just want to make sure though that Tabitha can't draw to it.
Right. Oh,
so,
lordy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be
hanging a lot,
covering it. Ooh, that's interesting. She's going to get the roll off. Not enough. Oops. Oh, that was just heavy. Again, back to the exact rock placement. It's hard.
I'd hardcore freeze this.
Yeah. Yeah, so she leaves.
She leaves a big
Tabitha
opening. She
our
leaves a
shot.
yeah. She leaves a
And
big
Tabitha's
opening.
going, thank you very much. And I always find when you do this, the other
You make
skipper
'em pay.
makes it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she really had her
By
hooped.
the yeah.
Yeah. Well, makes for a better game for us and the viewing audience.
Yeah, we didn't want a 4 right away.
No, maybe not for Rebecca Morrison.
But you got to make this
team's
for
fans.
yeah. For you, Peterson's got to make this.
She
She's got
does.
to weld it.
Because the tricky part now, you don't make it even a 5.
Right.
If it's hittable. But I like her chances. She has been drawing.
Love the throw.
Clean early. Oh, and he's getting ready to, no, looks pretty good. Nobody's really urgently cleaning
Right.
it. Line's coming.
Nice rotation. I'd start carving.
I think it's all right. I think it's going to get there if she's got the right weight.
It's perfect.
There. Not a girl.
Huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's one thing to say you've been, but sometimes, not to take anything away from that brilliant shot,
Yeah.
under pressure, but when you think, oh no, I'm not going to have a shot, and then
you
suddenly
do.
get one, it's like,
You're
yay,
so
I am
relieved.
making
Yeah,
this.
you're so relieved.
He's like, thank you. So,
And what's the call here? Is she running back?
good,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's the only way she can move it. By what we can see, looks completely frozen and pretty nosy.
Well, throw it hard. Anything can move.
Yeah, no, with the run back.
Blast it,
Yeah, she
yeah.
can't come straight at it, I don't think.
No.
No, she can pick it though.
With
But
the run?
But
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of stuff moving. The back one. We'll see how far the red goes. If she does hit it. Okay.
Oh, I'm not going to go enough.
No.
Ooh. Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Oh, good shot.
Wow,
For a
beautiful.
3.
Great shot.
Wow. So yeah, that had a lot of action, eh?
Well, she
Lot
throws
of
nice
action.
rotation, and there's the advantage of the
A lot
big,
of action.
the beautiful rotation. We are going to and solid weight,
Yep.
not overthrown. What a cool under pressure response to a brilliant shot from
Especially after
Tabitha
giving
Peterson.
her the opening on the first one.
Yeah, so that's, I believe, a 3 under.
I believe it is too.
Yes, so
5-1.
5-1. Wow, turning point end, and again, just
One shot.
and
One
lots
shot.
of great shots too.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's such a pivotal must-make point that. Yeah.
So suddenly Peterson's got to do some scrambling, and this is where you don't want to try to get all the points back at once. You know,
And if you can go back to your systems and being when we were talking about earlier, reset, go back to the moment. It's easy for your mind to stay in the past, be
Right.
frustrated, especially for Corey, being a fellow third. I'd still be having a hard time ditching
parking
that one.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I have to go onward and upward. You know, there's still game left. Go back to what you do. Go back to your system.
Right.
That's where the mental toughness and the practicing of that.
Right.
The
And recognizing this is a September spiel, and this is practice, and it's a time for you to put all your best practices, you know, over these next September and October months, so that you're where you want to be in January, February, March.
Yeah, and a great opportunity to reset and go, you know what? Even if we take it 8 ends and make her throw her last rock,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of attitude. Because we really are only in the 4th end.
Yeah, well placed from Sophie Jackson, and so now it's Tara who'll throw up this corner garden.
5th end.
Yeah. Are we in the 5th? Right, we're in the 5th.
We're in the 5th. Yeah, I guess it's a no-brainer now. We need corner guards.
Need a corner guard, but don't. Oh, you know, still.
Don't sell the
You've
farm.
got time. You've got time to get a 2, hold to 1, get a 2. You know, need something special down the stretch, but don't. You want to sell the farm, obviously, but don't put it up for full sale giveaway yet.
No, it's
like Just worry about your deuce.
No, you're just fixing it up for possible sale.
Yes. So you're painting it, right?
But it still could stay in your possession.
Yeah.
Crazy things happen in curling games. Like look where that 3 came out of. You know?
Yeah.
So now mind you, Team Morrison made perfect rock placement that in.
Yeah. And now Sophie wanting to come sort of top 12-ish.
And just nature of the beast, now Team Morrison can play more straightforward, less difficult shots. And I mean, usually the team chasing has to play very specific, higher difficulty. They could start right here with a nice come around.
Well, I think she's going opposite corner.
She's putting the other corner.
And
okay,
I'm no longer a fan. I'm no longer a fan of the double
either.
corners. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know you're down 4,
right.
So probably that's why.
I think often what happens is that you kind of run out of room for your draw game.
Yeah, you don't want to close down that center, although they're putting them nice and wide.
They are.
Yeah. So
now,
and
where does this next shot go?
Oh, she's happy she made that one short. She just celebrated.
Yeah.
She's going, yay, I'm short. Sometimes you do have to celebrate that when it happens.
Jen Dodds now. I don't know if she just throws this as a tight guard.
I think
it's
so.
That counterintuitive when you're up 4, right?
Know,
but yet at the same time,
that's the thing with 5 rock. It's so weird.
You've got to have the other person. Looks like it's coming in.
You do that. She may have done that on purpose. I don't know. But I like a tight center.
Yeah.
I think that's what she called.
Yeah. Because Jen Dodds doesn't miss.
No, I'm sure if that's what. Yeah, she was told to do. That's what we're calling it. So now she's going to use her corners.
But always with an eye on how am I going to get rid of those other 2? Because can you even...
That's why I kind of like... I know it's only one corner. Maybe you put a second corner on the same side.
I love
when
same
you're down
side.
4,
yeah, I love same side.
And then start.
Because then they peel the corner and then your lonely one is in the house. You go around your other one, of course. But
it
just seems...
But they did put these nice and wide, but yeah. Okay, then we've got one. Stay.
Oh,
that hurts.
It does.
That hurts. That's a real. Again, it's probably fatigue, and also I just gave up 3.
Yeah,
4,
and
that's where it's really have to concentrate on those ones.
But Rebecca's played magnificently, so she's made so many great shots. It's uncharacteristic to see what she just did, but.
Oh, you mean, Hamilton.
Yeah. So
again, it's so fast. I think it's faster than it's been. It has to be because everyone is, on that side of the error.
And it's the little errors now, when you think, okay, I can see my way to a deuce. And now you're going, okay, now this is going to get harder to find a deuce. Even though we're still early in the end.
And often it does run to the wing fast there because you're playing all to the center and you get that sort of fresh.
Yeah, you hope the curl to the wings will take away a little bit.
Yeah, but it sometimes runs faster. Yeah. Okay, that's too bad because now they lose one of their corners, but they still have another. And this
Jen's
is
like, I don't know if that's a disaster because she's exposed this now for the.
It's not ideal.
I'd be really tempted if I were in Tabitha's shoes to play a little hit and flop on that because you have to worry about those other rocks and getting them out. And
you do, but don't you think Morrison will chase this one around the corner or at least peel?
Yeah.
So you still have a chance to get it out. And then this way, at least you have a chance at getting multiple points. Second rock only.
Yeah.
So I like this call.
I love it, but I also, a hit and roll on the top yellow one on the 8 foot accomplish the same thing.
It would, but
You gotta
some
make
would
the roll.
argue it's a harder shot
Yeah.
than just directly drawing.
You've always argued the hit and rolls hard, but I always thought, no, the hit and roll's easy. So it is perspective.
Yeah.
It's
I would be more comfortable knowing I'm going to
Sure.
make that come around versus the hit
you
and
definitely have
roll
more
could,
control over
yeah.
it. Yeah.
But if you make the hit and roll, sure, it's great.
I may be exaggerating how often I made hit and rolls.
Oh, she's gonna get the back.
A fan out of nowhere.
Wow. Okay, that's
Serious
surprising. Yeah, I guess you know what, they probably hadn't thrown firm weight, maybe inside out in that spot.
Well,
yet.
they've been playing here all weekend, so I would think
That's
they
true.
would kind of know.
Yeah, maybe she was a bit full.
And they weren't trying to hit it high side. They were trying to,
run back, hey? Like a hit the
hit
inside. Roll,
yeah, they didn't
roll
want
the
to tamper
center.
with any of their yellow ones.
That is helpful to Team Peterson, for sure.
Very helpful.
So are they choosing to come around?
It was really
again?
a rare mistake from the Scottish team. They played so well. I would think you need to wheel another one in around
she
that
is.
one.
She's coming around again because that one, she left room, as we used to say, put it back there to leave room for 5 rounds. Stagger them out.
Remember, Don Bartlett had this theory when ever Kevin asked for a come around on his first shot, that if he
went back 12,
it was a guaranteed 3 under for Kevin Martin's team. He was just and that did happen a lot.
And he said that they would act terribly disappointed,
but
put it back 12 and it would end up in a 3
once they realized that there was some merit to.
Yeah.
Again, a little
just
tiny
rolled
bounce
off. Yeah, does leave the double, but you could say you just shave that front guard. It's a little tricky.
Well, this is
trying hard for the double.
Boy,
there is
a lot of ice.
No ice.
But again,
straight spot. She just threw it. Is the same throw?
Ooh, I would hate to be looking at that broom. I would like it full edge at least, but let's try to count the rotation. This is, something that Scotland's so good at.
Yeah, lots of rotation. Like 5.
That's 1 already. Yeah, that's so nice with that rotation. They know exactly what it's going to do.
Well, she just threw it. I think that was the same.
And she knew exactly,
Second rock, yeah. Same spot. Great shot. That's too bad that Corey's rolled off just ever so slightly. Yeah, no, that must have been the 3rd, yeah.
Hit and roll time now. See how easy these hit and rolls are, Kim. Watch. She's going to make it perfectly. Because it wouldn't hurt you to pop out. It wouldn't hurt for it to pop out a little bit and expose it on the outturn side because it looks like it would jam.
It's running a little bit right now, but they're sweeping it. That's a good sign. Oh,
coming up.
It's coming up.
No, it's great.
Okay, get the double. Maybe they were playing the double.
Maybe they were.
Yeah, because they swept it like they were playing the double.
But there's something too that when if option 1 was the hit and roll behind the corner, be aware of option 2 and 3 too, to be thinking and shouting that out.
Which sounds like it should be intuitive and easy, but it isn't. As a person who didn't go in the house a lot, now I played with Christina a couple weeks ago. I was in the house. Boy, was I rusty. And those plan B shots, like I'd think of them, well, pretty much after the rock was done down the sheet. Right. And then I'm like, right, I should have done that. But so it's, again, back to process and systems. You have to practice all of this stuff to make it second nature.
Lovely looking. I love how they throw.
So they really throw that intern straight, don't they? That one's struggling to come over too. But good enough. That's the nice thing when you're up 4. Just have to remove rocks.
Again,
gives her a come around, yeah. A 2 might
A
creep
little
back
late.
in.
2
Yeah.
does creep back in.
And that's how easy it is
I
too,
know.
isn't it?
Just
Because you
make
lose
one
your
good
focus
shot right
just
now.
a little bit with Rebecca Morrison. You might be like, oh well,
Right.
She's
I
trying to
prefer to
decide
come
come around
around.
center.
Yeah, I prefer the come
Yeah.
around rather than give her the run back. The come around the corner, I should say.
Right. Come around your own rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just played that with Corey, so they know
How it runs and
that was Corey. That first rock. Yeah. Or Rebecca's second, maybe. It doesn't matter. But
Right.
they've seen it. But yeah, it would be really, a 2 here would really make
Go a
you
long
feel
way.
better, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You'd be like, wow, even the scoreboard would look better. Not as big a gap.
yeah, 5-3 is a bet. Then you're just thinking, we'll force, we'll score 2.
Oh,
Am I
yeah.
running out of ends yet?
Yeah. Yeah, and you just pick away.
Steal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would be a timely, perfect. And then we have to, yes, I guess. Line's good, I think. Nobody's cleaning it, but I think it looks perfect.
Nice.
Atta girl. That's a good shot. Above tee, perfectly buried. She can't really chase it,
I think you just have to corner freeze it.
Yeah. Yeah, and so a little roll off would give an opening.
Although in
She
some
could play the run.
yeah, I suppose given a 4-point lead, you could. You're right. And it does,
'Cause
it does look a little chaseable. But
It's tricky though, given how it appears to be quite straight on that intro.
Yeah,
hit
so
weight.
true.
So, but
She's
she's
gonna
playing it.
freeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's seeing. I think that's smart because I think Hack will run straight on you as well. Anything beyond T line.
Yeah. So 2 rocks to come, and this is an opportunity here.
Yes, opportunity. She makes this freeze to
Yeah, create a
force Tabitha, which won't feel like much of a victory to Team Peterson, but we will see.
Five, 1 at this stage. Little corner freeze. Maybe a little more than a corner. You might be able to get to.
You see, that is
It's
not
really-
curling.
Yeah, and it's looks like it could be a weight thing.
May roll off. If her weight's perfect, it'll come. Here it comes now. I think.
It looks perfect.
No.
Too big a bounce.
Yeah,
Oh.
just a little heavy. That was a tough shot. You had to just be there. I think too.
Corner
that-
freezes are never easy.
And that's one where you say, if you can do it, I'm gonna throw it to the top 12, and sweepers, you carry it to the freeze.
right. And you wonder when people are carving it if they should just not even sweep it at all sometimes.
I
'Cause
know.
it needs to slow down. I don't know enough about that science.
The knifing where they're going straight,
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
up and back. Supposedly that
Doesn't
doesn't
add
add weight,
Yeah.
but will carve. So I think that's what you're supposed to do in that situation.
Yeah.
Where it's heavy, is
Yeah.
the knife.
Sometimes I think that one needed to pick something.
That's also a good plan. But it is hard to sweep those when you know they're heavy.
Yeah.
But they need to curl But I think that was rolling off no matter what. So great opportunity for Tabitha
Yeah, for
here.
a pair.
This
gotta
is
consolidate it
right.
now.
Oh dear, and it's taking its time. But if her weight's nice, she should be okay. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Great weight choice, I think. Oh, yeah.
She's okay.
Great weight choice. Because boy, it's not a curly spot. Well done. So that 2 points really
Because a lot
changes
skipper
the world.
deuce. Skipper deuce.
Yeah.
And a lot of trouble. So 5-3 here for Morrison over Peterson in what's been a really well-played game. I mean, the gap in the scoreboard is just not an indication of anything, just the right shot at the right moment and seizing the opportunity. So now going into the 6th, then lots of room for a comeback for Peterson, lots of, to continue to kind of pick away, and lots of time for Morrison to go, I'm in the driver's seat. I like where I'm at. I got a 2-point lead. I got hammer. And they've been in this situation in many different, experiences through the years as they continue to grow the team. And so first up is Tara Peterson with her first rock of the end. And you can bet this will be hardcore 6th end for Peterson, steal. So I would think she would even go double, possibly double centers. And it'll be interesting to see what Morrison's response to this is. Will she just draw open side, or will she try to draw around the front with a 2-point lead? I'd be really tempted to go just open side.
Me too, especially where play's been cloggy in the middle by times.
But you got a 2-point lead, you got hammer, although that's off center. So that's juicy too.
She's playing the tick because it's off center.
Right.
We didn't consider that option.
Didn't even consider it.
No, but I mean, teams were doing this often, but now with no tick, it's
right.
You have to remember it's an option when it's not on the center line.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so important, that little, again, to make sure that as the lead, you're always throwing each one clean.
Yeah.
Rather than watching it curl.
Yeah, because before it wasn't as urgent to. I think this is the first tick shot I've seen played all weekend.
It's the first I've seen.
Mm-hmm. Just close.
Nice. Nice shot.
Really nice shot. Did she even get it out too? Of the rings?
It looked like we had a little spin back in. Maybe,
yeah.
But great shot.
Yes, first tick I've seen and made to perfection.
Yeah, but you're coaching Matt Manuel's team, and weren't they playing Corey Dropkin the other day? And didn't Corey play some ticks on the corner guards in the last end or something?
Oh, he did in the very last end that I didn't get.
That's true because it froze.
Screen froze.
No, the iPhone died.
iPhone died. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, Corey on the corner and made it to perfection. That's hard to do on the corner.
Well, we're seeing again mixed doubles.
Yeah. So it's looking more normal to him. Yeah. And they made it. Yeah, good point. I forgot about that one. Okay, what do we have going on here?
Well, we got distracted there a little bit.
We were talking about the ticks. Oh, come around.
Straight come around.
So you don't want this one back, T-line. I think that might be where it's going. It's trying to slow down.
Perfect line.
Yeah. No, we're going back.
I don't hate it.
No, it's open too.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally you want it higher, but
I don't know what even a hesitation would be here for
Tabitha
Peterson. It would just be like, let's wheel around now.
Another center guard.
Well, what I don't like about another center guard at this point is that then
they come around and
I
make
think they
it
would.
better full 8, and then you're really chasing.
Put your foot on the gas.
I don't like another center. Just thinking, but
yeah,
but I don't mind doing that.
I like the welded on and let.
But then they weld on, and how do you get?
Well, would you weld 2 up? Would you not peel?
Yeah.
So
they'll probably peel.
Yeah. So that's why I would like weld on, let them peel, guard out the end.
Yeah.
Gotta make them all.
Uh-oh. This guy seems heavy as well. hanging a little bit. Oh, here comes. This is Rebecca, Rebecca the artist.
Yeah.
I doubted her. What was I thinking?
Yeah, beautiful
It's
shot.
perfect. Sorry, Rebecca. What do I know? Yeah, really well done. She gets a lot of finish on the end of her rod.
Well, this is the interesting thing about the big spinorama spins is that you still are getting wonderful finish. Describe the physics of that to me. I can't.
Or it could be her line of delivery sometimes too,
sure.
you know, makes that, So, but she seems to get more than the others. Okay, so peel, that answered our question. If you freeze, they're playing the peel.
Yeah.
Which makes sense
nice
up
and simple.
to it.
Just keep guarding.
Yeah. Do you think red's shot?
I don't know, but I don't think it matters at this point at the end.
Just wondering.
Just keep
throwing
up a center guard, let the other team peel, and then if you have to bump it 2 inches on your last for a freeze.
Yeah. There it goes.
Of all the shots, you know, talk about like, do you practice guards enough? Like we were talking about peels earlier. Of all the shots, the guard to me sometimes when you have to be perfect, it's like I gotta put it like 3 feet in front of the circles and
on
perfectly in front of that. Don't over curl, and you can't under curl. And wow.
But you're right. I don't think we practice those.
Yeah.
Some people might. But those are 2 beautiful shots by Rebecca.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's a testament to this team too that they fight every game right to the bitter end. I mean, I just love everything about the Peterson team. They've got really good energy. They're so positive all the time.
Yeah, they're a very good team.
They are.
They are, and they've had lots of experience.
Yeah, and they work. They work so hard at it.
Yeah, there's lots of really good things to say. I think both of these teams, look very sharp. So now Corey's going to try to do the same thing as Rebecca. And I expect that Rebecca Morrison will also peel.
Right. Well, a 2-point lead, ideally, she wants to make sure she finds a way to score on one. She doesn't want to give up a steal, but at least you've got a 2-point lead.
Yeah.
You don't want to ever let your opponent off the hook, no matter what. But sometimes you do.
It's that I'll give you 1 max if I have to, but I don't want to give you 2.
Well, I'll give you 1. You could still score your 2 in 7, and be 3 up coming home.
Even if you score 1 in 7, you're still up 2.
Pretty
although it's nice to be up 3 with 5 rock rule. Up 2 doesn't seem to be enough.
Sometimes
it's still a little. As we said, you can give up a 2 without making a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot. She's gonna roll in. Not that it changes Tabitha's shot, but
right.
If they could ever get the red out, because the yellow behind it's going.
Yeah. We have super high humidity here in Nova Scotia. I was just shutting the door. We're bracing and hoping that we don't get another hurricane.
They said it's coming our way, but we're hoping it blows out to the
pray
ocean.
For us. We've had far too many, the whole country's had far too many natural disasters this year, but Nova Scotia's had a huge share between the forest fires and the flooding and the damage to the roads as a result of those torrential, they call it a 1 in 1,000-year storm. So we're just recovering from that, and we don't need a hurricane.
No.
Well-placed guard there. Nice shot.
Really good. That looks so simple.
I know.
As Colleen pointed out, it's not.
Yeah. And now that I'm playing lead on Paul Fleming's mixed team, we're going to Swift Current in the Canadian Mixed Championships in November.
Exciting.
I'm all about the guard, and it's got to be there, and I got to touch center line, and I got to make it perfect.
It's good to have a challenge.
Yeah.
Keep you sharp, focused
Love it.
in the moment. And playing with your son.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I know, I think that's
Luke
really nice.
Saunders, Marley Powers, and Paul Fleming, who I won the Canadian mix with, and you did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both did. Colleen did it first, and then
you
he
had to-
couldn't get her, so he got me. So we had to keep up.
Try to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
And again, I think the play we did in mixed curling just enhanced our women's game even more. Learned a lot from some of the, with playing against the men all the time.
Remember Paul, we used to think would play tons of rocks in play. And that was 3 rocks still, wasn't it, in that time?
Yeah.
I think. And we were just like, why don't we just hit it? Like,
Right.
why are we playing? Anyway, it was fun playing with him because he did call a very different game from what
Right, exactly. And
our style was, and it was a good experience.
And the thing about when I think about the people I played against in the Canadian mix, like Jeff Stoughton and Rick Folk.
We played Shannon Clybrink.
There you go. She was skipping.
With her husband. Yeah.
She's ahead of the curve, wasn't she?
Yeah.
All of these great male players that you got, and for 2 years for our women's team, all we did was play against the men players.
Yeah.
And we were beaten down, but yet we had some amazing games against Mark Dacey and Brad Bouchou and Sean Adams and
actually we qualified in one of the men's spiels in Gander, Newfoundland, in that big spiel. Don Bartlett hosted.
That was a fun event.
We qualified one year, which was an amazing accomplishment. We were like, I cannot believe it. We had to work our butts off to do it, but we would get a whole pile of rocks and play, and they would just take them all out. And it's like, oh, we worked so hard.
Right.
They're all good.
But then you would get against the women who weren't doing that, and you felt like you had a bit of an upper hand.
Yeah, it was great practice playing against them.
And we were so thankful they allowed it.
Yes, they did. We were the only women's team in it.
That's right. The men allowed it, and they didn't mind it. Bless their hearts. Yeah. Because technically we were taking a spot away from a good men's team, so that totally enhanced, and we're totally thankful that you gave us the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we now?
Well, we're kind of in the same place, except Tabitha's.
I think you got to do a little bump. I don't know who shot.
It's last shot, and that's the thing. We don't know that. I thought
bump it
maybe
up for
Red was
freeze.
shot, but she's talking about a tap. So Red clearly isn't shot.
And clearly a huge opportunity right here to steal in the even ends. Just bump it a little. Don't try to. You don't want too much movement on any of this. You just need to give it that little nudge to maybe freeze it up against the yellow. I don't know if there's a way you can sit 2.
Yeah, she looked like she was just playing the tap freeze. Which, if you do that perfectly, then you can't double them out, but
it is a big moment, a big shot,
It really
to kind of
is.
turn the game around just when you think Morrison's got full control, playing so well. Both teams have played. I've loved how both teams have played.
they really have. It's been a very good game. Very entertaining. And when everybody does play well,
I
that
know.
one
Mistake
is so pivotal. Okay, this
Gotta
is
make this
looking
curl a little bit more. They
good.
got to curl it more.
I think long as it's tap frozen, I think that's good. From our angle, if there's
You
no
can't tell if there's room,
space,
if
if there's no space, I don't know that she can get them all out, but maybe she can.
Well, she's hitting.
One, she might be able to remove all 3. The middle red may squeeze and stay in, but we don't know how much space there is. She must think she can, but what else is she going to play? Really? She kind of has
She
to
has
play
to.
this.
She's got no option.
Nose run back, and then the reds should probably squirt enough to give maybe her shooter shot.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan. I think Colleen's right. I think that
I'm right?
no, about you needed to curl a bit. You are right. A little more curl. I thought it looked good, but
I don't know. Not having an overhead, we don't know if
it
this
is
is
hard
doable
to
for
know.
2
Yeah.
as well. If she can, if she
I
can.
gotta think that her back one's going, but we'll see.
It's curling hard.
It is.
Oh,
Oh no,
perfect.
ish. Oh, went easy.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Is that top yellow one on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might be.
Well, one for sure.
Yeah. Which is a big one. Up to now they're up 3 with. That's a lot. Good effort though.
Interesting
Team
end and lots
Peterson.
of great shots.
I mean, they did all they could.
I think.
Team Peterson.
Yeah.
And
But darn it, the other team's got something to say.
well,
about
that's
what
the
you're
thing.
doing.
When the team that's winning is up and you're trying to come back, if they don't give you
that one mistake,
a
that you need.
mistake, it's very difficult.
Yeah. And so really that was a Rebecca's shot there was such a must make to get the double, right? And she responded to the pressure.
Yeah, she threw it really well. So so Tabitha's back one must not have been completely frozen because that left very easily. But Lively House, back to that. You know, some places you can't make that shot.
Oh, when the rings are slow.
Middle squat rock
Again,
won't squeeze.
You know, you throw it firm, and with that rotation, you get such great action.
Yes, great action. That's really so true. The rotation it's brilliant, really. It does so many things.
Right.
You
People
know,
shouldn't be afraid to
carry.
practice it. If you don't have it in your wheelhouse right now,
it's worth having it.
yeah, start developing it. Just, you know, when I started trying to throw more rotation, started with, ugh, that feels ugly, you know, ooh. And then the more you do it, the more you can, without a set, without a pop, without anything, just pure.
Yeah, feel comfortable.
So here we go in the 7th end, 6-3, Morrison on top, trying to get to the final of the Stew Cells in Oakville.
And so far, looking very good. Okay, so more of the same, I would say. We'll see if she puts up the 2 corners on both sides again.
It's really a full court press, you know, with 2 ends to go.
So if she did it before, I'm sure she will do it again.
Yeah. And again, I would still be thinking you just need a little deuce and we'll hold them. Well, no, you need more than steal.
Oh, I think the farm may be.
The farm is on the market.
The sign's out on the yard.
They have put the sign out. But
sign's on the yard. Yep. The renovations are done.
But yet you're not out of the game, right?
No,
just,
well, it's not sold. It's not sold. There's not even a bid. There's no bids. But it's looking close. So they're going in again, I would assume. Up 4. In just in front of that. With a little separation. You don't want to freeze them because then at some point if you hit it on the nose, you can sit in front of them. So yeah, Tabitha's putting up another corner on the other side to generate her 4 points. We would need probably 2 mistakes at least.
Ooh. I think 4s are hard. 4s always come out of the blue.
But I think
they do happen, but they're always
if you get 2 timely mistakes, you could conceivably get a 4 if you make really good shots.
Right. Except now the other team is playing hard defense because they've got this 4-point lead.
I know,
right?
and
So
they're playing so well. It's hard. I think it'd be hard pressed to get 2 mistakes out. Like 2 full, you'd have to have a 0, like full shot mistake. And we've not seen very many of those the whole game.
Here is the beauty of this, because back when it was no rock curling or whatever we call the open zone,
we just didn't know there was
you'd
such
be
a
peeling
thing.
away.
You'd be
peeling. You'd be You would not have. You would have thrown your first rock through, and then the second rock through, and on and on.
Oh, I think
the game's never over.
You would have shaken by now. Yeah, up 4, you would have been like, okay.
I did not like
2
the
minutes
shake.
left?
I did not like the shake. I still always saw a hope.
Okay.
Nice shot.
Good rock placement. So Tabitha now has to use her corners. She's trying to decide which one, I guess.
She's got to use the corners, and then she's still got to blast. So again, this you would think, let's just come around, but you got to even be careful where this one winds up, knowing that eventually you got to blast out that middle.
Right. You have to put it in a place where it can't jam.
Right.
So you don't want it back house for the.
Oops.
Oh dear. Well, the last time she threw this shot,
it worked out, didn't it?
No,
she threw it through
the house.
Yeah, right.
So this time she's going, I don't want to be heavy, and that's what happens. But wrong side made the mistake, so that's making it more difficult.
It almost looked like Rebecca's natural thought was, let's hit that one side and keep that one corner guard open.
Do you think
Jen has stayed down to go, this is an opportunity to blast both of them out on this side, that the staggered guards might be the danger.
Right.
The danger side.
Rather than hitting that single fella, you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's wondering where she can make noise in the house. That's what she's looking at.
I wouldn't want to make noise with my yellow ones in the house. I like that setup.
Yeah.
And so to that point, I kind of think I'd be more tempted to clear the other one.
Yeah, I know. That would be my first thought too, but she's really thinking,
she's loving this.
I can make all these rocks go away.
Everything's going away.
I know, she's really good.
She's really good. Really good, and she's really smart. Like
if she likes this shot, then she does seem to really want to play it, doesn't she?
Oh, maybe we'll get that one too. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can't hear them, so we're just guessing what they think, but she's going, but I'll make it. I'll just put words in her mouth.
Yeah. Without a doubt, those double corners are dangerous, but.
Well, they're staggered, so that's what they're going, oh no, if they get one behind there, we can't get it out. And I guess she's not thinking I'm going to make noise in the house, just making sure she doesn't run a red into that, button.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've made that shot by mistake.
So let's see what they've come up with. Yeah, because...
Well, certainly one of the best throwers in the world is attempting this.
She really throws square.
Yeah.
A really straight line of delivery. Everything.
Yeah.
Very pretty. Okay, let's see where the top red
it's gonna go somewhere right over the top.
Almost took the other one out.
She seemed to know that was going to do just that.
Yeah, she was.
Gorgeous shot.
Really nice shot. She really did want to play that.
She did.
And
I liked what she did. Again, like she stayed at some points. It's nice when the thrower is down the stretch going, this one makes sense for me.
Yeah.
You don't see that often from a second stone.
In the shot. And to your point, she hasn't done it all game. Talk about
to come down to the
To go, no, I'm going to speak up for this.
Right. And that's sort of the voice of experience when it was announced that Jen Dodds would play some of the spiels with Rebecca. That voice of experience is what Morrison's team needs to learn quickly.
Yeah.
Like really, it helps their learning.
That's what I think the Scottish teams and probably the Swiss teams, I'm not sure, but have done well.
Oh,
is they train up their next in line so well.
Yeah. And I think the move is on in Canada, as we're seeing now. 3 teams already in the Brier and the Scotties. They get to just focus on that. I love it. Love it. They get to focus just on that main event, and the rest is all. Of course, they want cash. Of course, they want to stay in the Grand Slams, but the rest is gravy, and the priority is on world champions, Olympians, the stuff you never forget, the champions of.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and they've also shown in those countries, make everybody good. Give everybody
Right.
the information.
Right. And that's, I think, still a hazard in Canada, that you got to dig for the information too
I know,
much
we
rather than
need to share and
open
make
market sharing. Everybody
good.
better.
Because people take that information and use it differently.
True.
But why not enhance everyone's performance? It's only going to make us stronger
Yeah.
playing against each other. I mean, look at the level of play in this game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So, yeah, that's a shift in Canadian mentality, I think.
Yeah, I think they could still go more to enhancing every corner of the country, where you're seeing such a dominance right now in the Atlantic provinces on the junior level. So obviously you can make the next Brad Gushu out of anywhere.
Yeah.
So long as the coaching is
you just need the wisdom pass.
You do. And you look at the wisdom that Brad got first from Russ and then from Jules Ochar, and then just that Brad's a genius.
And Brad is a genius.
Yeah.
And then
his curling IQ's off the charts.
Once he learned what he needed to learn, he took it from there and ramped it up even more. That is so impressive.
Yeah, very. And he's created this culture in the Atlantic provinces of what's doable here.
Yes.
But now the kids in the Atlantic provinces and all of the teams need the same level of dedication from Curling Canada to get the information of that could be from analytics. That's best practices for delivery. That is, how do you train smarter? How do you study what knifing does and carving? Like, if you can give them the information rather than them earning it over the months of a season.
And also letting young teams know how hard Brad Gushu's team has worked.
Yeah.
There's the hard work, there's the knowledge, and then there's the putting it to work.
Right.
Putting your time in, learning. Yeah. So both of those things.
But I was just reading an article about why are the young NHL players so great right now, and it was all about their training, their nutrition, and they know how to train in the off season, and some of that stuff can filter down to everybody in Canada rather than keeping it kind of a closed. Here are our top three in the men's and the women's. We'll spend some time with under 25. You've got to,
like the select camps, you mean?
Yeah.
Where you just get limited share of information.
Give it all away.
Yeah,
to the Canadians.
So to the Canadians.
Certainly for years we gave it away to everybody, and
now we need to.
Yeah.
Now we need to get some from them.
Now we're learning from them, because, as you said, what is going on with Savannah Tirazzoni in Switzerland, so amazing. Anna Hasselberg's had such a great run. Nicodine, Bruce Mallet, like they're small. They're in such a small but mighty.
Oh wow!
Beautiful shot.
Nice. Oh dear, I think
this could be the end of the game.
I think there's a bid on the house.
Yeah.
There's a bid, there might be 5.
And again, scoring 1 doesn't do anything to Peterson, but you do need to score. And is there a way, with 3 rocks left to come, is there a...
I don't know.
No, you're right. It's not a pretty house for them.
No. I think it's a bidding war, and it's about to be solved. Not through lack of trying, though.
No. Sometimes the angles don't add up.
Yeah, just the way that lined up right there. It's like,
Can they get it by? They cannot rub.
And they're rubbing. Oh, they're rubbing the first one. Well, that's not bad, though, at all.
Gorgeous shot.
Yeah, I don't...
The sale sign's off again.
No.
It's still up?
1 bid fell through, there's still 4. It's still up. But what does she do?
I don't know. It's hard to know who shot.
Is she going to guard? She'll guard.
I love the guard.
Because I think she's sitting 2. 2's more than enough. I think she has to guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guard, and then Tabitha will try to bump, probably, just to shuffle, rearrange.
rearrange, but it's just hard to see how you can manufacture a deuce. You need a miss here.
Yeah, well, because
right
the
now.
rearranging's poking your red out.
Right.
But I don't know. She has a guard. No, she could just. Peel doesn't do you any good.
Well, we'll see how this winds up right now because
Well,
7-3 lead for Morrison.
Sitting 2, we think.
This needs to curl just a little bit more, I would say, for the.
It should at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
It's almost checkmate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. They're like, uh-oh. Because the run only takes your red out, I think. I think the others stay. But we'll see. She is playing it, because what else are you going to do? She's playing it soft. Ish. Hack. Back line.
Yeah.
She's got to move 2 rocks, so tweener. We'll see.
Tweener time.
Tweener time. And then bud time. Or as we have here, a nice mullback.
But we haven't touched. We had smoothies. We had energy
we
smoothies.
were very sharp. We were sharp today. I thought we were a little dull the other day. We're sharp today.
I don't know that we're any sharper.
Oh,
But I sure have
Sharper.
appreciated this curling because even
Me
though the
too.
score is 7-3,
it was really, really good. Curling.
yeah.
Like,
Just a
Oh.
couple of mistakes.
oh, she's hitting this one in. Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
That didn't do anything.
no. Jigs up.
She
She can run that
must
in.
have-
So she's going to peel that? No. She's guarding that. She's not peeling anything.
Yeah, that house is too nice. You
Yeah.
don't even throw here. You're still leaving her in a pickle.
I think
but
her
you're
only
right.
shot is the run.
Isn't that funny? We'll throw in a guard.
Yeah. It is funny. But makes sense.
It does.
You'd hate to peel and be accidentally
It
peel it into
is.
the center. And it's hard. Yeah, it's hard not to hit something.
Even if she doesn't throw this rock, though, it's funny. You know,
I know. I don't. I guess she could take out one of hers.
Peterson's in
A world of hurt.
up the creek and looking
Yeah.
for many more paddles.
A new house. She's
Yeah,
looking for a new
right.
house.
And if you're looking for a new house, Stu Sells, I guess, is the place
Yes,
to go.
place to go for sales.
I have loved his
Well
commercials. I'm
done.
looking at those houses. It
That was a
makes me
good
want to
segue.
move.
I know. His commercial's great. Actually, my husband's from, Toronto, Ottawa area. It's a big area, but he was from both. And he knows exactly where the house is.
Oh,
that Stu
interesting.
advertises. And I know the neighborhood too because he had a buddy there. And boy, they have renovated that to beautiful. But it would be expensive.
Yes.
I know that.
It's that's a really well placed guard. So this is
It
a
is.
double. You got to make a little. It's there. I guess she's
Yeah. Well, what else is she going to do?
nothing. She's got nothing.
So she's got a double run,
right to get
double run, double. That's a great shot. It is
for
there,
maybe
though.
a 2. We don't have the overhead, so we're definitely in a.
You'd have to stick it.
What would the degree of difficulty if you were figure skating on
Oh.
this leap of faith?
What
that
does it
they're
go
gonna
up to?
do? Oh no, this is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, no. But it'd be really cool if she made it.
Well, she's got it in her wheelhouse, right? She's
Yeah.
she's a magnificent. hitter.
This is where you just think, hit this front rock in one place and the rest looks after itself. Oh, she's close. Oh, she got, I don't know.
None.
She hit the higher one.
I see handshakes, so I'm gonna.
Ah.
It got a little blurry for us here. We're gonna say she got none.
Yeah.
Nice effort
It
on
was a
that.
nice
Well
effort.
thrown rock.
It just needed to hit the second one a little
And then
thicker.
pray, and then you'd have to pray.
And
So
then
the
pray.
farm was up for sale, then
And then
the
the prayer.
farm was sold, but really a magnificent curling game from both
Yeah,
ends. I don't think
really
the
good.
final score. I don't know how
No,
many
it
they scored.
isn't
It isn't.
indicative of
It
the
isn't an
game.
indication,
No.
and it was just one odd mistake here
Oh,
and
it was
there.
that one turning point. back to
in the fourth end.
not to pick on Corey, but it happened to be her shot. Back to that shot is when,
So
TSN turning point.
Yeah. So it is Rebecca Morrison who's played her fair share of games to get to this stage and moving on to the final of the Stu Sells Oakville Classic in a beautiful game against Tabitha Peterson. They were pretty close to perfect.
Yes, they were.
So next up for Morrison and company is a trip to the final of the Stu Sells Oakville Classic, and we'll see who they play. But gorgeous game and well played. Their weight was perfect. They threw well. They look like March form to
Wonderful
me right now.
systems. That's what
Their
detail work was beautiful.
Attention to detail was perfect, and Tabitha Peterson's team played really well, but with Morrison just on fire, they just played that little bit better. But a well played game, beautiful execution from both teams, and I don't think the score, the 4-point difference, or whatever the final score is, because we don't know what happened in that last end.
I think it was at least one. But
so Tabitha Peterson makes the final of the Stu Sells Classic in Oakville.
You mean Rebecca Morrison?
Rebecca Morrison. I'm
Tabitha
so
Peterson
sorry.
Came
second.
Sold her house.
Whoops.
Oh well, we were so sharp.
We were so sharp until then.